All right, today we're jumping into habit 6, Synergize. And let me tell you, this isn't just another habit to check off the list. This is the peak of the mountain. It's where all the other habits we've talked about come together to create something, well, truly amazing.
I want you to think about something. Have you ever been part of a team where everything just clicked? You know that feeling. The energy in the room is just buzzing. Ideas are flying, and what you create together is something that no one, not a single person, could have possibly come up with on their own. That feeling? That's synergy.
So, at its heart, this is the textbook definition. But what does that really mean? It means the relationship between the parts is a part in and of itself. Think about it like baking a cake. You have flour, eggs, sugar, all separate ingredients. But the cake that comes out of the oven is something way more than just a pile of those ingredients. Synergy is that magic that happens in the oven.
So let's really dig in. What is synergy? Some have actually called it the highest activity in all of life. And look, I know it can sound like one of those corporate buzzwords that gets thrown around, but it's so much more than that. It's a fundamental principle for unlocking the best possible results in any part of your life.
And this is maybe the most important thing to get right off the bat. Most of us think teamwork is all about compromise, right? I'll give a little, you'll give a little, and we'll meet somewhere in the miserable middle. But synergy is not compromise. It's about taking my idea and your idea, and instead of cutting them down, we build them up into a brand new third alternative that's way better than what either of us started with.
So, how do we get to that amazing third alternative? Well, here's the secret, and honestly, it's kind of the opposite of what most of us are taught to do. The engine that drives synergy, the fuel for that creative fire, is valuing our differences. It's about seeing disagreement not as a fight to be won, but as a huge opportunity. And this just lays it out so perfectly. Think about it. If you and I think exactly alike, one of us is unnecessary, right? Sameness is boring. It just leads to more of the same. But complementarity, where our different pieces fit together, that's where the magic happens. That's what's creative, that's what's unifying, and that's what leads to synergy.
This quote right here, this is the key that unlocks the whole thing. Imagine your next disagreement. Instead of getting defensive and gearing up for a battle, what if you took a breath and genuinely said this? Good, you see it differently. Help me see what you see. Just that one shift in your mindset from defensiveness to genuine curiosity can change everything.
So, valuing differences isn't just about tolerating another point of view. It's about actively seeking it out. It's about understanding that the other person sees something you don't, and that their perspective actually expands your reality. It lets us build on our collective strengths and makes our individual weaknesses kind of irrelevant.
Okay, so this all sounds fantastic in theory, but how do we actually do it? How do we make this happen when things get tough? Let's get into a practical guide.
First things first, synergy doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It needs a really strong foundation. You absolutely need high trust. That emotional bank account has to be full. You need to be coming from a win-win mindset, truly believing there's a better solution out there for everyone. And of course, you have to be using the skills from Habit 5, listening to truly understand, not just to reply. And with that foundation in place, here's your 4-step roadmap. First, you use Habit 5, and you work hard to see the problem from their point of view, for real. Second, you identify what the key issues and concerns are underneath it all, not just the positions people are taking. Third, together, you figure out what a truly great result would look like for everybody involved. And only then, once you're on the same page, do you start brainstorming those new creative options together.
Now, let's talk about the payoff. Why should we bother with all this? What's in it for us? Because the results you get from synergy aren't just a little bit better. They are on a whole other level. This is how you unlock potential you didn't even know you had.
This chart just says it all, doesn't it? Working on your own gets you to a certain point. Compromising gets you a little further, but look at that huge leap you get with synergy. It's not a small improvement, it's a massive jump. Why? Because you're not just adding people's efforts anymore, you're multiplying them.
But here's the thing. This isn't easy. To be this open, this vulnerable, to genuinely welcome different ideas, you need to be really secure in yourself. It takes real courage. And that's exactly why those first 3 habits, the private victories, are so incredibly critical. You have to win the battles within yourself first.
And that security, well, it starts inside you. We could call this intrapersonal synergy. It's about getting your analytical, logical left brain to dance with your creative, intuitive right brain. When you're whole and integrated within yourself, you're so much better equipped to create that wholeness with other people.
Okay, let's bring it all home. How do we start walking this path?
How do we make synergy a real, living, breathing part of our lives? With our teams, with our families, with everyone.
It all comes down to one final, powerful shift in your perspective. When you fully embrace synergy, problems stop being these frustrating roadblocks. They become the raw material. Disagreements stop being stumbling blocks, and they become the stepping stones to find truly creative, breakthrough solutions.
So, I'm going to leave you with this one question. Think about the biggest, thorniest challenge you're facing right now. Instead of seeing it as a battle to be won or a compromise you have to settle for, what if there's an incredible third alternative out there, just waiting for you to discover it?